What's up, Cardfighters? Today I'm bringing you a mill version of Megacolony that I took to the KSC tournament in Atlanta, Georgia. And I did pretty well. I got 12th place out of 27. Kind of a small turnout, but very proud of how this deck turned out. I was the only Megacolony player in the whole event. Let's jump into it. For my grade 3s, I'm running 4 Stag Beetle, 4 Dove Speeds, and 1 Forbidal. Dove Speed is the main purpose of the deck because it helps you mill your opponent's cards. Stag Beetle is in the deck to help call units out of soul. So if you get a Dove Speed or 2 in the soul, you can call them both out in the middle of the ride phase or just in main phase and then proceed to keep decking your opponent out. Forbidal helps grab Dove Speed from drop or deck to continue the milling pressure, along with calling High Class Moth, which counts as a grade 3 in deck, so you can countercharge the same turn. Other than that, pretty straightforward for the grade 3s. Let's hop over to grade 2s. For my grade 2s, I'm running 4 Battler S, 4 Scatterhorns, 2 Megalar Lancer, 1 Ace unit, and 1 Belano. Battler S also helps to the deck out situation. Just when it's placed on rear guard, you Soul Blast 1, your opponent calls a card from hand, they draw a card. Then she can be called from the drop zone in order to do her skill to make your opponent call and draw again. Scatterhorn is only in there to check the top 6 for Stag Beetle. If you add a Stag Beetle, you can put a card from your hand into your soul, helping put Dove Speed from your hand into the soul for when you have to ride Stag Beetle later on in the game. Lancer just is on attack, move rear guard to your soul. It never showed up in the games that I played, so kind of an irrelevant card. Probably should have ran something a little bit different, but since I never saw Lancer, probably wouldn't have mattered. With Ace unit, you can Energy Blast 3, check top 7, discard 1, and then call something from the drop of equal grade to your Vanguard or less. This specific tournament, they were allowing energy to be used in the premium format, which is why she is in the deck. She only showed up once or twice, but nothing really impactful. Belano grade 2, same situation, because you have access to energy. You can Energy Blast 2, Soul Blast 1, because you have an Insect Vanguard to call something from the drop zone, instead of paying the Counterblast 1 when she's placed on the rearguard circle. So the Ace unit and Belano help call like Battler S or Dove Speed to put more pressure on decking your opponent out. Other than that, let's move to the grade 1s. For my grade 1s, I'm running 4 Little Dorcas, 3 High Class Moth, 2 Spiteful Hoppers, 2 Officers, and 1 Sanctitude. Little Dorcas is just your top 5 searcher, so try and find Forbidal, Moth, Stag Beetle, or Dove Speed. High Class Moth is your generic countercharger. Spiteful Hopper is also another countercharger, but for Soul Blast 1, and if you have no face down damage, which can be very useful, because if you call or ride Stag Beetle, you can call Dove Speed and Spiteful Hopper out of soul. If you have no damage face up, then you can use Spiteful Hopper skill first to give you a counter charge, then use Dove Speed skill to mill your opponent 2 cards. Just like that. Officer Butterfly skill. When she's placed on rear guard, she rests herself, gives you a 10k, and at the end of turn, you put that unit to soul to counter charge 1. She never really showed up that much either, so, it is what it is with her. And then you have Sanctitude, which is just a staple in all premium builds to help free PG your opponent's stride units. Other than that, that's it for the grade 1s. Let's head on over to the triggers. So for my trigger lineup, I'm running 3 crit stride botters, 3 dark face crits, 3 Battler G, 3 draw PGs, 3 heal guardians, 1 grade 0 heal guardian, and obviously the B starter. The reason why I went with 3 crit stride fodders instead of 4 is because I wanted the extra draw off of the dark face crit in case I damage checked it. The Battler G's really came in clutch because its skill is on rearguard, move to soul countercharge 1. Easier access to counterchargers in the deck. And with Stag Beetle being able to call out anything out of the soul, you can just use Battler G to give you countercharges, then call the Stag Beetle to call the G out to shove it right back into soul to get another countercharge. The stand triggers worked very well. I'm very happy with how they performed. And let's head on over to the strides. For my G-Zone, I have 1 Gridora, 2 Overwhelms, 2 Malajantis, the 1 Messiah, 3 Machine Despots, 2 Machine Destroyers, 2 Crew Weebles, 1 Featherwall, and 1 Grisefort. Out of the 5 rounds in that event, I only throw Gridora twice, once against Gold, and once against Messiah. I never really got to stride into Despot that much as I wanted to. Machine Despot needs just Machining Heart card in order to use its skill, which is Counterblast 1, flip a card in your G-Zone face up, stand X amount of rested rear guards you have to the number of face-up machining cards in your G-Zone. Then for every 1 you stand, your opponent stuns 2. So that's why it works well with Stag Beetle. So for the decks that I faced at the event, round 1 was Great Nature, which I lost to. I never got a chance to stride. I got parroted out of the game with multi-attacks. Round 2, I faced Eradicators, and I decked them out. Round 3, I faced Messiahs, won by deck out. Round 4, I faced Hamsuke, same thing as the first round. Never got to stride, so I lost to the Parrot with the attacks. Round 5, I faced Gold Paladins, and won by deck out as well. So some changes I would make from the premium event with the energy mechanics to a more updated list for premium. I would just put in the 3 Bloody Hercules to put on pressure on your opponent to try and get counterchargers back. Put in another high-class Moth, so that way you can have 4 high-class Moths so you can see it sooner. To start putting cards back into deck so you don't deck yourself out of Spider Calls from the drop. 2 of the order cards to help you dig deeper into the deck by checking top 3, discarding 1, which would then let you revive any cards from the drop zone. So you're looking to try and grab Dove Speeds or Spiders to proceed with the milling. Flip a Dark Face crit for the crit stride fodder to help you stay in the game with striding more. Then drop 1 stand trigger for the purple OT. You can use the purple OT to recover 1 point of damage and call anything from hand. So you're looking to call Dove Speed, Stag Beetle, or Spider. And by doing that, you can extend milling in the middle of the battle phase. Other than that, those are the changes I would make to the deck moving forward. I hope you guys enjoyed the deck list. Until next time.